Hey, this is William, and before this video begins, I'd like to give you guys some background. So before this video began, we had a previous episode recorded, but due to complications of me pressing the power button, it got lost. So that there's going to be a little bit, we're going to mention that a little bit at certain points. And another thing is that Josh has male pattern baldness. We think. It's either that or he just has a big forehead. Anyway, off to the video. See you.
Don't blow your gaskets. Welcome to Broken Assets. I'm your host, Human. I'm here with Lords Warrior Gaming, our special guest today, aka Josh. Go ahead, give him a wave. I'm here with your mom and Yeezies, aka Beth, as we call her. I didn't say wave, but okay. We have TheOuterWall, aka Will. Okay, and then we have Reject Seminar, aka Raymond. There he goes. Alrighty. What now?
How are y'all doing today?
How are y'all doing today? Just holds a smile and a thumbs up the entire time.
Great, I know I got out there.
They're all wearing masks and weird things on their heads that they don't usually wear, so I decided, since I don't have any of that, I will keep my camera off.
Actually, he's wearing his skin today, which is kind of gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Sorry, I'm.
Kind of
That's
weird.
his
No.
mask that he wears, his skin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like those
Yeah.
cartoons where they have the whole bodysuit and they look real, and then they just unzip it. It's a completely different person.
Yeah, just like that one episode of SpongeBob, but everyone was wearing a skin suit.
Mm-hmm. With the
Yeah.
pennies.
Yeah.
The pennies. Don't forget the
Yeah,
pennies.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Cool beans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so anyways,
Who
Today
all
we're
woke up 30
about
minutes
work
ago?
story.
Put your hands in the air. Yeah. No one else? Okay.
Dude, you didn't put your hands up.
I am.
well, how
There's
can
no
we
proof.
have your camera on?
There's no proof.
No proof?
So if we want to dive straight into it, I got my book ready, but
Oh,
Alright.
you
Lord.
guys
Oh,
have
gosh.
control.
Go ahead.
We'll get into this at the end if you want. I'll wait. I'm okay with that.
No, wait. What is
No, go
exactly
ahead.
in this
Go
book
ahead.
of yours? Is it not
Um.
what the
So
subject is?
So did you guys do the work stories stuff in the podcast that was scrapped? Because like.
No.
Bad stuff
We
happened.
just
Oh.
did random. We just did random garbage. We
Okay,
did embarrass the story.
I have two stories I can tell. Well, technically three if you guys want me to, but one main story and one that's also funny. And then I have some other stuff I can talk about as well.
And then 14 pages of just critiques that he would like to make.
No.
First of all,
Only-
you're ugly. Second of all, I hate you. Third of all, I think you're kind of funny looking.
Well, the first critique I will say is how Will said that
I
my
know it.
forehead is like an aircraft carrier. That's my
And I
that's
just
my
want to comment
critique.
that was hilarious and that was a fantastic
Yeah.
astute
Representation.
You can
of-
have
You can't
that
hide the
belief.
truth.
Josh is like, I'm
Yeah, you
not
can't
even
have the
gonna
truth,
fight
not on
that.
my
That was a
forehead.
good one. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Big
So this the story is about this guy that I started working with. I work as a busser at a Olive Garden, and so this story is about this new guy I started training to be a busser. Haven't met him before outside of work at all. So I start training him. I trained him for 2 days in a row, and then I didn't work with him for I think a week, and then on I believe it was the third night, either the third or fourth night working. I still don't really know him. We're not like friends. We're just like cool with each other. Like I'm still helping him out and stuff. I believe it was the first night he was trying to leave like really early, And, like, he was trying to get out when he didn't do a whole bunch of stuff he had to do. And I'm like, bro, I trained you on this. How do you not know this? But anyways, on to, I believe it was the second night. I will give a visual demonstration. He was standing almost up against the wall, like on his phone. It was only us in what's called the drink lane. It's a small alley where you get glasses with drinks, and like we stock up teas and lemons, all that good stuff. So he's like almost up against the back wall for the drink lane. He's on his phone doing his thing. I am to his right, and I saw some garbage on the ground. And it's my job to keep the place clean. So I bend down to pick up said garbage, because there is a garbage can on the other side of him and also one directly behind me. I bend down, and as I do so, as I'm bending down, I pick up the garbage and he rips one on my face. On purpose. Not on accident.
Did you?
That.
No, he didn't move. It's just as soon as I bent down, like almost directly like to his side, at that level, he ripped one as loud as he could. And then he said, that felt good. To which I responded, because I had been dealing with him all day and I was sick of him. What I did was I ran away to outside with the smokers on their smoke break. And I said, I just need a minute out here. And then he followed me there. Yeah. Yeah, I ended up telling enough people about what happened that it got to our general manager. And she said when she heard about it, she laughed a bit. And she explained that, you know, the managers, they get new manager situations, but that's a first. Yeah.
Farting on your colleagues, man. Farting on your colleagues.
And I told him later on, how do you have the audacity to just start working here and do that to someone that you don't know?
How dare you fart on me?
You
peasant.
Mortal, don't you dare fart on me.
You could not fart on me.
But anyway, there's that story.
Anyway.
that literally just happened last week.
Dang, you still stink.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dang.
But the next story, it was a couple years ago when I worked at Chick-fil-A. And I was just a cash register person. I was like, they moved me around different places from cash register to the dining room, you know, helping people out and different things. But this night, it was right after COVID happened. And so we shut down the restaurant with people coming in, but we still did drive-through orders and mobile orders. So we would take food out to people's cars. So the entire restaurant is shut down on the inside of not letting people in. So that meant we could move the tables and make like office space and stuff. And it was towards the end of the night, and a coworker of mine was using the restroom. Well, I was picking up a tub of mayo packets that I was going to stock. I dropped the mayo tub on the ground, and the mayo packets spilled on the ground. What we did, just to be safe and just, you know, cleanliness, we picked all the mayo packets that didn't hit the ground and were on other mayo packets. We put them back in the tub, but all the ones that hit the ground, we put them in a dustpan. What we then decided to do with the said mayo packet dustpan was to go into the restroom where a coworker was in on the porcelain throne and just hail over the mayo packets over the restroom wall. He described it was just, he said he was on the throne just doing his thing, and he heard someone enter. And because the restaurant shut down, he knew it was someone he worked with. So he said, "Hey, what's going on?" He didn't hear a response. All he heard was the shuffling of feet up against the wall. And then something launching over, and he said he saw a million little shadows on the ground, and it was like slow motion where he got hit with mayo packets on him, into the toilet, onto the floor. He's scarred for life.
Ugh.
He's afraid now. Every time he goes to the bathroom, someone's gonna dump mayo packets on him.
It was the most hilarious thing I ever seen.
You ain't working at Olive Garden if you ain't done this before.
Well, that was at Chick-fil-A. The first story was Olive Garden. Yeah.
Chick-fil-A.
I
Well,
could eat
what
this
about
7 times a day.
what about that one guy at Olive Garden? You know, the one that hit on you?
Oh, that's
Oh.
also another
Oh,
story.
yeah.
I completely forgot about that one.
I've
Thank
heard
you for
that
reminding me.
story.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
I've heard this.
Wait,
one.
wait. Do you still have the messages?
No, I deleted them.
Good.
I believe I did. I might have them, but I'm pretty sure I deleted them. I can check, actually.
This guy.
This dude.
Tell the story while
I'm
you're
the opposite of a
checking.
chick magnet. I'll just say that.
He's a
You're a
dude
guy magnet.
Yeah.
So, Beth, when y'all were down here, did y'all eat at Chick-fil-A at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay, y'all should have, because it's way better down here.
How would you know?
How can it get any better?
How? Because it's southern.
No.
Ask
it can
Sniper.
get better.
Okay,
Sniper
I want
has said the same
Chick-fil-A,
thing.
not diabetes.
No,
You get
it
what
can
you get and you don't throw a fit, Beth.
Look, it gets better if the price is lower because it is good, but it costs way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does every
Dude.
fast food restaurant now, though.
Dude, that's why we go to
Other
Burger,
than the
Burger
$5 Biggie
King.
bag at Wendy's, which, by the way, their ads are the only ads that I actually don't skip and genuinely watch. So, props to them.
Remember the Grubhub commercial?
Yeah.
Classic.
That was ages ago now, but I could
So
still
I
remember.
don't have the messages on my phone.
Lame.
I know.
Nice.
Dang.
Would you want me to still dive into the story?
Yes.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, go for
Okay.
it. Yeah.
So it was just after I started working there. I believe I was working there for about 2 months at this point, and there was this man older than me. I won't say his name. What?
Dox him right now.
No. I believe he was
Name
about
drop.
7 years older than me.
You were a minor, by the way, at that time.
At that point, yes, I was a minor, and he,
Yeah.
I'm a busser, and he was on to go, and I thought that we were just being friends and just like goofing off, because he would like grab grapes and just launch them at me, and I would do the same thing to him. Like I'll grab ice cubes and grapes, and we'll just like toss them at each other.
Ice
Like spike each other with them, and it was just stuff like that. Well, eventually, we traded phone numbers because I was just thinking, oh, I'm making a work friend, and no, he had other intentions. He ended up messaging me saying how he was home alone,
Pinky
and
face.
I believe he said he had a drink or something like that, and he was home alone, and was asking me about my night. And as the messaging went on, I got the picture. Oh, this is not at all what it seemed like at first. And so I stopped messaging him, and I went into work. I believe the next day, or whenever it was, the next available shift that I had, I went in, I explained the situation to the managers, they talked to him about it, and I haven't talked to him since. And eventually, he left to go work at the post office. And sometimes he will still come in, but it's very rare. And I've also cut down my availability, so the chances of seeing him are still rare. But yeah, I was very
Flattered, obviously.
no,
Yeah.
no, not at all.
Honestly.
The first time I got hit on was by a man, so that's
hey,
Yeah.
hey, at least it wasn't
in
like
general,
me.
not just that was the first time me being hit on by a guy. No, in general. So yeah.
I think
man.
At least you
my
got head
situation
on.
with my-
Imagine.
I've been hit on one time before, Josh, as well, but it wasn't from anyone that I would like.
Was it a
This
grandma?
also
Was it a
happened.
grandma?
It was the grandma that was being
Yeah.
overly confident and flirting with me, a 14-year-old at the time.
Say the line. Say the line.
I forget.
No, don't touch me there. This is my
It's
nono
my nono square.
No. The grandma.
Oh, age is just a number.
And prison is just a place.
Yeah.
And a prison sentence is just a number. No, as soon as she said that, though, my mom was furious. Because she was standing right there.
Yeah. The nerves
She's
that
like-
that lady had.
Imagine
I
trying
know.
to flirt with a 14-year-old boy while his mother's just standing there. The audacity!
Oh,
Audacity.
God.
Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa!
Hey, yo, I gotta blur this
Wow.
out now. You kidding me?
For the audio listeners at home, Josh just got naked. Okay.
Josh is currently naked.
Josh
He just stripped off his layers of skin. He stripped off layers of his skin.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's so gross.
For the audio
Ew.
listeners at home, Josh's epidermis is showing.
You know,
Ew.
Josh, if you
Yeah,
didn't have the
forehead.
webcam right above you, like in line with your forehead wouldn't look so big.
Noted. So, I have a story. I don't know if you guys want to hear about it. How nature fought back and gave me this beautiful mark right here on my forehead.
What
Does
is?
not actually look that bad.
It looks like when they used to push the soft spots of babies' heads in.
Dude, what is your problem?
Yo.
I have a
Yo.
Josh, I have like almost the same scar on my forehead right there where I fought gravity and gravity won.
How did that happen?
Oh, so this wasn't a work story at all, but I was like 5, and at this point I was severely
Child labor.
small. No. No. I was 5, but I was severely small for my age. Imagine how
Child
that
labor.
works out. So, my grandparents had like a swing set up in their backyard, and I had one of those plastic like kid swings that you like strap them in.
Did you have to
And
build it?
my sister decided not to strap me in. She's like, I'm not gonna strap you in, but I'll just push you from like the front backwards instead of doing it like you normally do on a swing. And so I was like, okay. So she started pushing me, and then all of a sudden she just runs behind me and launches me from the back, just pushes me as hard as she can. I go flying up into the air, I come down, and I smack my head on a brick.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, bricked baby.
I was a brick. What is your problem?
Oh man, you know, human. I got a similar thing that happened to me like a long time ago.
We all just got
so-
bricked.
Was it
We all
another?
fought a force of
Yeah, my
nature. and
uncle
it
was
was
pushing me on the swing, and he pushed a little too hard, and I hit my head off a brick. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
A stranger I never seen before did that to me.
Well, for me, it was the opposite. They were swinging the brick and it hit me.
Oh, they swung the brick too high, and then you were the one on the ground, and the brick came and hit you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, now mine's not that similar. No, so like
Oh,
I was really young. I was in kindergarten. And
Okay.
yeah, you have something to say about that, human?
child labor.
Basically the same age, but go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so yes.
Does this story by chance involve a swing set in a grandparent's
Monkey
backyard?
bars. Monkey bars.
Look, it involves some similar aspects. It's not all the same, okay? I didn't copy and paste
Mhm.
you. So, I was out on my porch. You know, Beth and Josh, I've seen it before. So basically, there's this metal chair and I don't even know how it happened, but some sequence of events led to me falling and hitting my head off of that metal chair, and it wasn't my forehead, but it was pretty close. It was my eyebrow. Uh, and you could it was just cracked open. And the thing I
Wait,
remember most about that situation is I saw blue inside my head. Like I saw blue.
don't you have a scar there? Or am I making this up?
Uh,
I
uh,
have a scar over my eyebrow because I got hit by something that was not even remotely close to what happened to Raymond.
yes,
It
yeah,
wasn't even remotely
like
close
there
to the
was there
metal
was
chair.
there was blood everywhere. I got stitches. But the thing that really scared me was the fact that I saw blue. Like
Yeah.
inside, like just inside. I could peer inside and saw blue. And I was like, what? Whoa.
Whoa, guys,
Whoa.
blue.
This is trippy,
Triple
dude.
rainbow, dude.
Dude. Yeah. That was pretty much the entire story. But I do have a bit of a mark still left. But it happened so long ago that it's pretty much all healed up.
Man, my injuries suck compared to you guys. Most I got was I fell down into a groundhog hole, and then I almost took my pinky toe off with a shovel.
How the frick do you do
Oh,
that?
my injuries aren't as bad as yours, but I almost
Yeah,
cut off
mine-
a toe.
I was good off a
If
toe.
I was like half, like not, like if
just
I
the
was just a
pinky, though.
little bit over, I would have taken off my pinky toe.
Okay, hold on. We'll go back to the ground hole, hog hole one. Haven't you told me this before? And wasn't
Yes,
it like
yes.
actually really bad? It's like,
Yeah, it scraped up my entire shin, and there's splinters all through, and it took like a week or two to heal.
Hmm.
It was all because everyone just decided to leave me, and they just ran up the hill, and because we used to play on this hillside, and there's a bunch of these like these, I can't remember the name of the tree, but they're like these really fast growing trees, and there's a bunch of stumps there because they grow and they die off like incredibly fast. There's just a bunch of those stumps, and and there was a bunch of groundhogs hole down there, and we used to play down there. And then my cousins had to leave, so they ran up the hill, and so did my sister, and they left me down there. So I come running up the hill, and then there's just a groundhog hole, and then I didn't see it until, well, it was too late, and my foot went into the groundhog hole, and there's a stump with a big sheer face on it, with a bunch of spurs all poked on like this side of it, and my shin went whoosh, like that across it.
oof,
Yeah.
oof.
So
hurt.
rate the fun levels on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
It was a good 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now let's talk
that
about
way.
the pinky toe. Let's talk about the pinky toe. So we used to go to Myrtle Beach like every year, and we have this little mini shovel, like half the size of a normal shovel. And when I was probably 8 or so, and I was playing with it. And I was in the water, and I was shoving it into the water, into the sand, scoop up sand and throw it back into the water because I had nothing else better to do with my life at that point in time. And I go down, and I feel it slide across my pinky toe, and it just cut it. And then my dad's like, I come running out of the water like, there's just like this little blood trail going everywhere. And he's like, just go in the water. It's salt water. It'll clean it. But like,
It'll clean it.
Yeah, because salt water is antibacterial,
I thought it
guess.
would get it infected.
It actually never did get infected because it just kind of poured hydrogen peroxide and stuff over it and kept it bandaged. But if I was a little bit more over, I would have probably taken my toe off.
Wow.
Because I wasn't even just going this. I wasn't smart, okay?
You still are.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. No, I'm not smart.
You know?
Quite the
Well,
opposite.
I think you're smart enough because you just had your 17th consecutive years of not dying to a moose. So
Oh yeah.
Congratulations, Will.
Birthday. Happy birthday.
I did it! I did it, guys! I did it! I did it! I did it!
Yeah, baby.
I did it! I'm getting old. Gonna be dustier soon.
I'm legitimately 1 year older than you. You are not getting old.
Josh, you just leaked your age.
Thumbnail material.
You know, there was one thing because he kept saying that he was a busser. Every single time in my head, I kept saying, I wanted to say, you bust it down sexual style.
That's the thing I come back to here.
Okay, Josh, you were a busser, right?
Yeah.
Every single time you said busser, I just kept thinking a white boy who busted down sexual style is not necessarily considered goated with the sauce.
Yeah, as soon as he said, I'm a busser at Olive Garden, I just see Will, like, chuckling in the corner.
I was
I'm
just like,
what is he doing?
busser. Busted it down sexual style.
It's a busser, dude!
I just see Will laughing. I'm trying not to laugh.
It was freaking funny though, because just Josh is just like, so I was a busser at Olive Garden, and I'm just like, busted it down sexual style. And I would just imagine just Josh in the middle of Olive Garden carrying food around and just busting it down.
I mean, I do that on the occasion. Only for birthdays.
Only if you know the right price.
Just start singing "Happy Birthday" while he's doing the stanky leg.
He just tries to do the whip and everybody's like, no, we don't do that here.
No, that's good.
No, we don't do that.
You're not that guy, pal.
You're not that guy. You're not that guy, pal.
You're not that guy.
Oh, speaking of injury stories, Josh, do you want to tell about the first time you rode a dirt bike?
I can. Do you mind if I tell the story of what just happened yesterday and then lead into...
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So, yesterday, well, to give some context, our yard has been needed to get, like, completely weed whacked for a while, and I've been putting it off. I'll claim full ownership. It's been my fault of procrastination and stuff. It's been needed weed whacked, and so I spent 2 hours straight weed whacking outside, finishing the entire yard, and that was also with me weed whacking, I think, for a total about an hour, spread across Thursday, like the day before or something. So total of 3 hours this week of weed whacking, and then after that, yesterday, after the 2 hours yesterday, I grabbed some cutters. It was just like a hand cutter thing, and I was thinking I'm going to use these to cut some branches that were reaching over our steps at the front of the house, and also some branches that were reaching over the grill right outside our door. So I grabbed those. First, I started at the branches down by the steps, and I was just cutting away at these branches, tossing them, making them a pile. Well, this one branch, this leads to how I got this mark. It was really pretty long, and so I grabbed the branch and I pulled it down, and I had my foot on it, and I started cutting way towards the back of the branch. When I started doing that, thank God I was wearing glasses, but I started doing it, and I cut it, and immediately all the pressure gave way, where it whacked me so hard in the forehead. I see you break it down, Will. But the branch whacked me so hard in the head, I thought it hit my eyes. It hit my left eye. Because immediately it hit me in the head. It hurt so bad. I literally, I had like a couple hops away. And I was just like holding on to my head. And I opened my eyes after like pulling my hands back off my face. And I'm like, whoa, why does my vision look funny? The glasses I was wearing gave a really deep blue tint color. But it looked like blue, but it looked like normal on my left side. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Am I seeing things?
Did it break?
And then I took the glasses off, and I realized, oh, I almost lost my left eye because the lens in the glasses popped out. And I couldn't find them. But then, as I started thinking about it more and more, I realized, no, I didn't lose my left eye. The branch hit me so hard in the forehead, and it partially hit the glasses with enough force, it knocked out that left lens.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
Man, you should like.
Moral of the story: don't do yard work.
Always wear glasses. Always.
Moral of the story: don't screw around with trees, man.
You know, Josh.
That's when nature fought back.
You should have lost some of that forehead to fix your hairline.
Wow, dude!
I'm sorry.
Come on.
So moving on to the next story. This is about when I was first being taught how to ride a dirt bike. It was at our old house where we had a whole bunch of yard. Front yard, a side yard, another, well, kind of side yard, mostly hill, and then
Just
a
wrapped
huge
all the way
backyard.
around.
Yeah, I just like wrapped all the way around the house, and then we had some backwoods too. And my dad was teaching me how to ride the dirt bike. It was a smaller bike, but the thing was a monster. Like someone modded it out of the wazoo. The thing would literally carry me and him up these huge steep hills like it's no problem. Just shoot him straight
I just
up.
want to clarify on what Josh just said. They didn't have one on top of the, like, he wasn't piggyback riding. It was separate times.
Yeah, no, it was separate times of us riding it where I would ride just me solo, go up the hill, and he would ride solo and go up the same hill.
I was kind of hoping that like you were on it and then he was on top of you like clowns, and there was just like and then you just get the entire
But no, that's not what happened. But the first time he teaching me how to ride the dirt bike, it was on our front yard. It was a strip of yard, and the direction he was having me going was towards the right side yard if you're looking from the house towards the road. So I was going towards that way, and in that side yard, we had a neighbor right beside us, but that was like our only neighbor. And we had a log wall. Then further up the hill, right beside where the log wall would be if it would keep going, there was a huge pine tree and an old chicken coop that they haven't had chickens in for years. So he's teaching me how to ride the dirt bike, and I'm like scared out of my mind. I start giving it gas. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm doing it. And it didn't click that all I had to do was let go of the throttle and it would slow down. I just kept pulling the throttle back, and it sent me flying into the chicken coop, where I wrecked the dirt bike and I fell into pine needles. And yeah.
Yikes.
I think I was wearing a helmet, goggles, and gloves and stuff.
Are you wearing your skin though?
Yeah.
Not anymore. I have a similar incident, but it's a little bit different. So this was like, let's see, I was about 12 when this happened, and we had we had just gotten brand new bikes, like not dirt bikes or anything, but just normal bicycles. So we had just gotten bikes, and we have this hill that's like a street next to our house, so we just like go up and down. And it was starting to get dark because for some reason this entertained us for like 2.5 hours, just going up and down this one hill. We were idiots. We still are. And Grayson was, when I say we, it was me and Grayson. And it was getting dark, so I was like, okay, this will be my last one. But on this one, I'm going to turn into our apartment complex, and it'll be really cool. It was a very bad idea. I was not wearing any safety gear at all. No helmet, no nothing. I go down this hill, and for some reason, each time I haven't like pedaled down it, I've just been like riding it down and not pedaling, so I don't go too fast. This time I decided I'd pedal and go faster, and there was like some type of glass bottle in the road, like when I was turning in. It wasn't broken, but it was like just there, and it was a smaller bottle, so I didn't want to hit it, so I like tried to dodge it. Well, that like turned me into like a speed wobble, as my brother calls it, and I went face first into. I went over the curb. I smashed into a metal railing and then into a fence.
Ooh.
Nice. How many points did you get?
I got 0 broken bones. Surprisingly, I've never broken a bone. I've hit so many things, and I've never broken a bone. But I did severely skin up my knee and my elbows, and I had splinters all in my right arm.
Ooh.
Yeah, like all through it, and that really hurt.
That kind of reminds me of what we did one time. We were biking down our hill. Like Josh, you'll know what I'm talking about. You know, our front hill there. How it's not that steep. We went down that on our bike, but we're like, oh, we're gonna pedal as hard as we freaking can. So we pedal as hard as we can. You know, at the bottom there, you know how there's like that big drop off into the field.
Yep.
I didn't stop in time. I went off that, and I went off it. I got some air, and then I hit the bottom of the field, and just, it just fell into it. I wasn't. That was not fun. Thankfully, I had like no injuries. I just got up after that, and I just like went up the hill. I was like, "Ow, that hurt," and then we just did it again.
Ow, that hurt, and then we did it again.
Just imagine that's how you land in the back rooms. You just get some air, and you think you land, and no, you just no clipping.
Yay, go guys! I got my bike in the back rooms. Gonna pop some. Gonna pop a freaking wheelie.
Wait, imagine you don't no clip. The bike no clips. So what happens is the bike just gets yeeted into the back rooms, and someone's walking around. All of a sudden, the back tire just whoom hits them, and then knocks them out, and they're done.
I have another bike story. This one was a little bit different though, because it was 2013. I had just gotten a new Lightning McQueen bike for my birthday.
Nice.
This is, December. And in 2013,
Speed.
before 2020 was the last time Texas had a severe snow blizzard and icing. And so I wanted to ride my bike, of course, without training wheels, because I was just better.
Built different.
I was just built different at the time. And so the roads were completely iced over. Like it was like 5 inches thick of ice on the roads. And so I was just, when I had this bike, I would do this thing where I'd go really fast, but if you like push the pedals backwards, it would lock up the back tire and you get to like skid. And so I would do that, and we would do that like all day. Well, I wanted to do that on the ice because I thought, I'm going to drift, and that'll be really cool. Well, my mom had some friends over for like a little party, and they had snow tires and they had trucks and stuff. But one of them was just like a normal car, and they were parked like halfway in our driveway and halfway in the street. And so I went to drift, and I just smashed into their car. And I like flipped over and everything, like, and landed back on the ice, and then I still was sliding. And their car alarm started going off. Hold on, Beth. Their car alarm started going off. So they race out there thinking someone's trying to steal their car. And they just see me and my bike, and my mom runs over, is like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" And I just look up and I just go, "No." And I didn't break anything. I'm so confused on how I've never broken a bone with all the stupid crap I've done. But
yeah, like
I turned out okay. Just a little bit of mental retardation, that's all.
Hey, yo, you
Okay,
I
can't
think
say
that
Beth, were
was
you
there
gonna?
before all that.
Yeah, Beth, what were you gonna say?
I'm sorry.
I was gonna ask, so like you successfully drifted, there was just an object in your way.
Yeah, like I could have done like 50
So
donuts
you
with that
accomplished the goal.
speed.
It's just
Well, no, because
Yes, but
when you
no.
drift, you're not supposed to hit anything. You're supposed to like
well, yes,
drift
but
to
actually
miss it.
no.
You know, as you said, you were just sliding. I'm just imagining some kid is like pedaling. He hits the side of this car, and then he falls into the street, and the street is slanted, so he just starts sliding down the hill.
Just doesn't stop. Just keeps going and going.
So I just imagine this kid with it like
That'd be
just
hilarious.
slide.
That'd be hilarious.
Ugh. And I've done a lot of stupid things. I think we all have. We've all done stupid things. What have you done, Raymond?
Yeah.
You've done stupid things, right?
I've done stupid things.
How many cars have you been hit by?
Oh man. None. See,
All
I'm
of the
s-
above.
I'm s- I'm smarter than that. Also, I don't have any wipeout stories with bikes because I never really learned how to ride a bike. The most I ever rode a bike without training wheels was 5 seconds. Yep. Yeah.
Are you the
I
type
know.
of kid that falls on the bike when you have training wheels?
No. No, I had a bike with training wheels when I was younger. I just barely used it, so I never really learned how to ride a bike. Uh, yeah, yeah.
Rollerblades at
That's
all?
it. We gotta teach Raymond how to ride a bike, guys.
That's
I
it.
mean,
That's gonna be a whole video. It's just us teaching Raymond how to actually
Yeah.
ride a bike.
no, no. People have already
No.
people already tried it. Like I'm at the point where I can't really learn how to ride a bike. I mean, I could,
You
but
can do
I
No,
don't.
you
it.
can definitely do it. Come on.
Well, I can definitely do it because the last time I was being taught how to, I was on the bike for 5 seconds before I stopped. If I could
Guys, I'm
learn
Just
doing
how
it.
to,
pulls the
Ah!
brake.
hey yo, I'm doing it, a whip. Yeah, that's pretty much how it went. Yeah.
Falls into like a grandma. Grandma falls over, dies.
Uh,
Gets sentenced to 48 years in prison.
Never learned how to ride a bike.
Never learned how to
Goes-
ride a bike.
No, they teach him how to ride a bike properly in prison.
Yeah.
That's his rehabilitation. Just learning how to ride a bike. That's it.
There's just all these big buff dudes going, yeah, you can do it, yeah.
No, there's a training montage with training wheels, and then it's the big day. Hey, this is it, bud. We're taking them off. You got this. And like the one dude that's been like your father figure for like the week you've been there or something, like starts pushing. He's like, "You got this, dude. You got this. You can do it." And he gives you a push, and you're like, "I'm doing it. And then like you get shot by a prison guard or something.
It's like he's trying to escape.
I was hoping it'd be like some fantasy thing. Like he's like, I'm doing it. He starts flying into the air.
Shot.
Like an ET where he just starts going. The anti-air missiles kick in.
You just see like the top of the prison roof lift up, like just come apart, and just this huge turret comes out, just locks on. It shows like the targeting square on Raymond, almost over the fence.
You're doing it. You're getting out of here. Beep, beep, beep. That's great.
I want to see a movie just like that. It's just a short movie of just that.
Yeah.
Short film.
E.T. goes to the Air Force base. They're just flying over, just beep, beep, beep.
all the CGI, all the budget money, straight to that. That's it. Just the turret
That's
and
just
like,
that
woo!
scene.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
The E.T. Top Gun crossover.
I just remembered another one of my crashes, my things where I crashed. We used to rollerblade a lot, and at the same time we were into like BMXing. We weren't good.
Oh,
But so we had
He's
these
a kid.
we had these
He's a BMX
BMX
kid.
ramps, like they were just like they came up like foot and a half. There's these little ramps you're supposed to hit with a bike, but we're like, what if we hit it with our rollerblades?
Oh,
Ooh.
So we started from the top of our driveway, and we
this is where
started
the
just
fun begins.
and we just go ham. We just like full on go, and there's a thing that you can put on the top of them. That's like a bridge that goes across the two, so that way, in case you don't actually hit it hard enough, and there's still something to land on.
Yeah.
We did that the first time and it went okay. We just kind of rolled over it. And we're like, who needs that? And so we pulled it off.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. So we forgot the fact that they can move. They're not weighted down at all. They're plastic. And so we go I go full force, and then right as you get closer, you put your feet together to just keep them straight, and then I hit it, and I'm gonna land on the other one, and the back whip like catches, and the thing starts sliding, and I fall backwards, and I just go, and I land on the ground on my back, and I'm just like, "Ow, that hurt." Thankfully, I was wearing a helmet. I was at least that smart. And so that was like the end of the day. We're like, okay, we ain't doing that again.
You land on your back, and then it's those hits that just take the wind out of you. So you just you're on the ground. They're trying to see if you're okay, and you just can't speak or breathe.
Yeah, and then another thing we did was also in that day is we had this piece of wood, and there's like this little ledge over by our garage, and it kind of drops down a bunch, so we put a piece of wood there. And we would do the exact same thing as we were before. And we'd cut down this little lip, and we'd come down, and we'd go over it, and we'd go down the little ramp, which was just like a piece of wood, just like a little bit of wood that you use on like the side of like a barn or whatever. And we go down it, and then I catch the bottom, and I stop, and I go on my knees, and I slide on my knees. And I was in shorts.
No.
Oh no!
That was not fun. But then we did the thing with the real ramps. We used to do the dumbest things as Oh, I need to talk about my freaking four-wheel crash.
Oh Lord!
I forgot about this. We were
Good.
Oh yeah.
okay. We were racing. We were racing with the four-wheelers, and because my cousin, he had like a proper racing four-wheeler. We had these much more top-heavy ones. And we were going around this bend. You guys know in the power line, the big power line, how we have our raspberries back there?
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
We made a loop around that. And we used to go down, and right at the bottom there's a sharp turn, so you didn't crash into all the brush. To prepare for that turn, to do it really tight, you'd have to swing the butt of the vehicle this way, and then you would have to kick it this way to make it drift.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to do that, and I forgot to let go of the throttle. And so I did that, and it didn't drift like I wanted it to, and I just went beeline into trees. Because the trees are here, there's raspberries here, and then right down here there's brush, and you're supposed to turn. And instead of turning, and so I kicked the back of it this way, and instead of like then immediately kicking it this way to turn, I just beelined it straight into the woods. And I just was like this, going like this into the woods. and it's like a really thick brush wall kind of there. So I run into a bunch of tiny little trees, and I'm just like, help, help! And then I was like, oh wait, I gotta look at the throttle.
Screaming help like someone's just gonna catch up to you and stop it for you.
But yeah, I forgot about that, and I was just remember like, oh gosh, and then I was stuck in there, and I crawled out. I was like, oh no, and so it took me, my dad, and then my cousin to just yank the thing out of the woods. Thankfully, there was no damage to it other than a little bit to the fender. But that I totally forgot about that. Oh. Oh, let me think of any other ones. The one where I freaking fell in the creek.
The creek?
We gotta hear this one now.
So we made another trail down by the creek. And we had this creek that it has like, it goes like this. There's this one creek that starts up nice and high, and there's a little bit of a platform. And there's a big hill that goes down into it and then goes up a little bit.
Real quick, hold on. What is a creek?
Stream of water.
A creek, not a crick?
It's a creek.
It's crick. It's Pittsburghese.
It's Pittsburghese.
It's Pittsburghese.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, what are you talking about?
But yeah, this creek, and it has like this big platform at the top that you can kind of go across. And I made this little offshoot that kind of just goes straight down into the bottom of it that continues on where it's normally would. And I went down this hill. At least my cousin went down the hill first, and then he went off, and then I went down, and went down a little bit too far to the right, and the thing started leaning, and the rocks are starting to give out. So then I fall off. The thing didn't fall. Thankfully, the quad didn't fall off, but it started leaning, and I just went, whoa. So I fell into this basin.
At the slightest like issue, like problem of it possibly give away, you're just like, abandon ship. Just like, leave it.
But I fell into the creek, and there's glass in it, but thankfully I didn't get cut because it's worn down. And then there's a bunch of rocks at the bottom. Oh. Big rocks too.
Ow.
And I landed on like one of those on my side, but no broken ribs because I'm built different, built strong, built invincible.
Built Ford tough. That's what you
Built tough.
You know, right when you say invincible, it does like the invincible like cut, you know, from the show. Just like, because I'm it just cuts, says invincible, and then it cuts back to you saying it.
Yeah, so I fell into that. One time my cousin rolled his quad over top of him.
Oh.
He was doing another drift, and he drifted too hard and went and the entire thing flipped over onto
So
him.
it was riding him then?
Yeah. So he had the quad on top of him, and then I had to come over and go, okay, there we go, you're fine.
Okay, you're fine.
Okay, bud.
But this was like right after we got all those quads, and we just we would ride them every day for like 15 minutes. You know, back when gas prices were $2. Thanks, Biden.
Yeah.
So we used to ride them.
It was like 130. But go ahead.
Thanks, Biden.
Just again.
Well, yeah, we used to ride them every day. So we got in so many issues. We hit trees. We cut through trees. You got hit by trees again. Fell into creeks.
Yeah.
Modified cricks, hit each other twice.
Twice? How
Yeah.
does it happen twice?
We were
Let's make
racing.
sure that doesn't happen again. Happens 5 minutes later.
We were racing, and we made this cutaway section that would be really, really, really hard to do. You'd have to really drift it. So we're like,
Why are
okay,
you always trying to drift?
because it's freaking cool.
All of these crash stories, and then so we were trying to drift.
That's all you need to know. Literally, it's just a summary. We were trying to drift.
So we were trying to drift. That's it.
But it
You
was
can
like
figure out what
it
happened
was
after
like
that.
you had how sharp it was like insane. To do it, you'd have to really freaking yank the wheel. And so I went around the long way, and then he went through the short way, and I was, because it was the long sections of straight, so I went and just beelined it, and then he comes out and he goes boom, and then we hit each other. And then his sister hit a tree.
Can I tell my story before you tell your entire family's stories?
So my uncle, my grandfather,
The grandfather before him.
oh,
So
can't
I
forget
have
Janine.
I have a similar ATV story. It's not a quad, but it's those much bigger things, and
Side by
it has
sides?
Side
the
by side?
actual. No, it has it's a 4-seater. It's a big like dune buggy almost.
Oh,
But
okay, yeah.
It has the 4 doors and all that, and so
Okay, yeah.
What color?
Our
What
neighbor-
color?
That's what I call a side by side. Even though it's probably just dune buggy, but yeah.
Yeah, probably. I don't know what it was called at the time, but this is when we lived in our like really big house, and so we had a neighbor that had one in his garage, and he was offering people rides that day. And so we asked our mom, and she was like, "That's fine," because we were just going down this really long street. Stop! Can you not? I did not interrupt your story. So.
It's Santa.
It was my turn to go in, and basically the route was we go down this really long street, and there's this like dirt pullover area, and what he was going to do was he was going to go in, he was going to drift it and then come back.
Oh no.
But at really high speeds.
Raymond!
No.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, we're good.
so he had racing seats in it, so it had like all the belts and stuff. So I get myself
Nice.
strapped in. We start going. We're going super fast. Like it was probably around 80, but
Whoa,
for me
that's
it
almost
felt
like ludicrous
yeah.
speed.
Yeah. But we were going super fast, and we go to hit the drift, and it doesn't roll, but it gets like on 2 wheels. And so we're just kind of idling there for like two or 3 seconds, and then it plops back down. But it's not like a crash story, I guess, but it just felt super weird. What is y'all's deal? Every time I tell a freaking story, you do something weird.
Hey, listen.
y'all.
If you move up here,
Beth
we
is
won't
the
do
only
this to
one
you.
that's actually listening.
Listen, if you move up here, we won't do this to you.
I'm not moving up there. Y'all have to
Exactly.
move down here.
Listen. All I'm gonna say is that I need eyes, or I need glasses for my eyes, glasses for my forehead. Okay, my forehead needs to see too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, especially after that branch.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah, good thing you gave
No,
him the
y'all
glasses that I
y'all
gave
should
him.
move. Y'all should move down here.
No.
No.
Yes.
Further this I'm
I
going.
want to.
Furthest I'm going is
Well,
Tennessee.
Yeah, I'll
The
have
thing
the
is,
siblings move down here, and
I
then
will-
we'll.
You go ahead.
No, go ahead. That's fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
No, let me go.
Shut up, Raymond.
So if I'm gonna move, I would rather move further west and a little bit south. So then I'm like right in between you and Sniper.
I'm going to.
So
I
then
would move to
we
Tennessee.
could be like the halfway point. So then you guys could you can come up and he can come down and like.
You just don't want to
Counterpoint.
travel. You don't have to pay for travel.
Counterpoint.
I don't mind traveling.
Counterpoint. We grab Sniper, and then we all move to Tennessee, so that way, human still has to move.
I like his way of thinking.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't want to move. I love Texas. It's great.
Yeah, but I think we should all go to
It's-
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
It's
They got
a
moonshine.
freedom state.
They got
What if we all
moonshine.
just moved to Texas?
Yeah, just move here.
What if we all just went to Texas? It's a
Yeah.
great state.
Eh,
Honestly,
I don't know.
Kinda
Too,
racist.
I
too
legit
hot.
would not mind doing that because I want to be able to shoot 50 cals.
Yeah,
You
we
do
can
that in
go to
Tennessee.
Buc-ee's.
But
We go to
Tennessee has
Buc-ee's
guns as
and
well.
Yeah,
but they don't have
Tennessee's
a
actually.
Buc-ee's. They don't
Yeah,
have a
but
Buc-ee's.
isn't it closer to Alabama?
Oh,
Tennessee does
I
not
don't want to be
have.
anywhere near Alabama.
Look, man. Tennessee's a good state. They got moonshine.
Fine. You got hill folk.
Yeah, lots of knives
The
that I
hill
could
folk
buy.
come from Alabama.
yeah.
Well,
Guys, y'all can move to Tennessee and we'll be cool. You know, they'll be cool and move to Texas, and then we're gonna kidnap Sniper, move him down
yeah.
away from
Yeah.
his family,
Okay.
fake his own death, and then we're gonna do the same thing with Jacob too. We're just gonna kidnap him,
Yep.
make him fake his own death, come live with us. We're gonna have one big property, so it's just all roommates.
Yep.
Let's all move to
And-
Washington then.
God, why? Why do you want to be in Washington?
Ew.
Washington
It sucks
has
there.
Wretched hive of scum and villainy.
okay. Washington has really good forests. That's about it. That's all I
I've been
want.
to Washington. It's constantly raining. There's nothing to do.
Well,
It-
let's all
Same
move
thing
to
with Texas.
California.
The only thing to do is inside. Okay,
Well,
guys.
always.
No,
There's,
there's a
isn't
lot
there-
of things to do here.
There's drive tanks down there. Drive tanks. Dog.
Yeah,
I really
to go
wanted to
drive
do
a
that.
tank. Yeah,
Dude, human.
Oh
I
wait, no, I'll just
so-
move to Kentucky. I'm just gonna
I
move to
was
Kentucky.
begging mom to I want to do drive tanks while we're down here. She's like, it's not gonna be able to work. I'm like, okay.
no,
And
that's
so
out.
then
That's
she
out
figured,
near Austin.
But then she's like, but you can shoot a 50 cal, and that's what I did.
I want to shoot a 50 cal. I'm not
It's
old
so
enough
good.
though.
I want to shoot a person. Wait.
There's sports for that called airsoft and paintball,
Yeah.
No, I mean real bullets.
and we're canceled.
Yeah, this
We've
time
been
I'm doing the
canceled since
canceling.
episode 1.
Yeah, we've
Let's
been
be
canceled, though.
honest.
We are the canceled ones, but we do not care for you because you are probably bald.
Get wrecked, bold boy.
Care about Josh. I didn't know we didn't care about Josh.
Oh, I'm sorry, Josh. I forgot about you.
Josh just takes his wig off. How dare you guys?
You know, I'd like to think that he actually has a prosthetic forehead.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
So you could just
The
pull it
forehead.
off and there's just hair.
Poor Josh.
Hey, he's taking it
Just
like a
sitting
man.
there.
He's taking it like a
I was
man.
really trying to hold back his
I can't wait.
tears.
I can't wait. I can't wait to just see him writing in his little notebook.
Okay,
Just start
Josh,
scribbling.
listen. I'll think about getting you a Keep subscription for your birthday.
Oh no. No. Uh-oh. Oh no.
I'll give you an Uber Eats gift card for $1.
$1 Uber Eats. That doesn't even pay the fee.
What can you even buy for $1? Nothing.
Nothing. I don't even think you can get anything for $5.
But
It's
that's
horrible
not a
writing. It's horrible
Did you
writing.
have to?
Yeah,
did
come
you have
on,
to
man.
check and see if your pen worked on the top of the paper? Just little scribble marks.
All right, human, go ahead.
Well, okay. I forgot how we do the.
So do I.
Bye. There we go. Done.